In this video, I'm going to teach you an incredible self-working piece of card magic that will allow you to guess any word that your spectator is thinking of. So to start, have your spectator think of absolutely any word they want. This is going to be their magic word. So I want them to think of any word that they want. So let's say they go for this word right here. So they're going to take that word and set it down over here, and they're going to lock that word in their mind. Now, I have written a prediction from before anything even started, before they even thought of a word. Now, I'm going to put this at the bottom of the deck, and I'm going to mix it into the middle of the deck. Give it a couple of shuffles and lose it down in the deck. Now you can invite your spectator to cut off about half the cards and shuffle them as much as they like. Whenever they're happy with these cards, they can take a look at the top card and remember it. Now we will lose that card into the middle of the deck, and they can continue to cut that card and bury it deeper into the deck so that no one knows where it is. Now if you remember, at the beginning I had a prediction that I left in the deck from the very start. Now this prediction says, think of your word. Now I'm going to have my spectator think of their word, and I'm going to deal out cards. And for every card I deal, I want them to think of a letter in their word. And once we've gotten to that last letter of their word, I want them to think stop. Don't say anything out loud, just think stop. So spell out that word, one letter for every card, and think stop when I get there. Oh, hold on. You just thought stop right here, didn't you? I felt it. You thought stop right here. There's one card you thought stop on. You could have thought stop anywhere, but you thought stop right on this card. And for the first time, what was the card you're just thinking of? The Four of Hearts. And it is, of course, the Four of Hearts where they thought stop. But of course, this wouldn't be a true piece of mind reading if I couldn't guess the word that they were just thinking of. I want you to focus on that word. Could have been any word at all. And you were thinking of the word crayon. I know, guys, it's incredible and seems too good to be true, but let me show you how you can do this incredible trick right now. What is good, guys? It is Reed and welcome back to another video. Today I have got an awesome tutorial for you guys. Now, I've been thinking a little bit about the content on the channel, and I thought it was time that I start to introduce some more self-working magic. You see, in my repertoire and how I perform, there is very little, if any, self-working card magic. And the reason for that is, well, not because I think everything has to have sleight of hand and there isn't amazing self-working tricks. It's simply that I've always gravitated to this type of magic that has a sleight of hand backing. It's the same reason I don't do mem deck work, because I feel like I can achieve the same effects with sleight of hand. So when it comes to self-working, a lot of times you need a bit of a setup or a stack, and you guys know I'm a minimalist, and so I don't really perform with any of that stuff. And so I've always shied away from self-working magic, but self-working magic can be really, really good. And I just feel that a lot of the material here on my channel has a more intermediate sort of skill level with some of the sleights. There are definitely some fairly easy tricks on my channel, but I felt like I should bring my work and my touches on self-working magic. So let me know down in the comments below if you guys would like to see more self-working magic, if you'd like this to be the last self-working magic tutorial, or if you'd like me to continue to do more like this. So what I love to do with self-working magic is take the principles and the effects and take it up a level, add my own touches and spin on it to really try to up the game when it comes to these effects. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at my handling, my version of Spello by Carl Fulvis out of his Self-Working Card Tricks book. Now, Carl has some amazing work on self-working card tricks, but I think there's a lot of ways that a lot of the effects can be improved. So if you guys are interested and I get good feedback down in the comments below, I will continue to give you guys my handling and kind of revamp some of these self-working effects into true miracles. So what you're about to learn today is quite a bit different than how it was written up in the book, but it still has the same feel and uses partially the same method. I think I've just added some things that really take it to the next level. Now, if you guys would like to see more videos like this, and if you don't want to miss any videos, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, hit that notification bell, drop me a like. So I won't spend too much more time talking. If you guys are interested in a private lesson, learning one-on-one from me to learn some of my best material, you can check that out at the link in the description. Or if you'd like to learn the best mentalism content here on YouTube, you can check that out at the link right up here or in the description and join my mentalism membership. I just want to thank all of the members who have joined and who are enjoying all of the content content. But with all that said, guys, let's not waste too much more time and let's jump right into the video. All right, guys, so let's jump into the breakdown of my variation of Spello. So this trick basically requires no setup. The deck of cards is a borrowed shuffle deck. Now, the only setup you're gonna do is you're gonna take a billet. I like to draw a question mark on the back of it to signal that it's a prediction. And then on the front, you can write whatever you want, depending on how you wanna take this routine. But I like to write think of your word. And you set this down on the table. You need a pen, a stack of billets, and your deck, and you are ready to go. Step one, you're gonna tell your spectator, okay, I want you to think of any word. I've made a prediction before this even starts, and I just want you to think of any word. This will be your magic word. Now, I like to point out the prediction right at the beginning so that it feels like on the other side of this, that we wrote the word that they're thinking of. We want them to believe that we've tried to predict the word they're gonna think of. So now they will think of a word, and we will have them write down their word on a billet. So we'll hand them this, and you tell them, just write this down so we can lock in your word. So let's say they write the word crayon. So they write that word down. Now, as they're writing this down, I want you to pick up the stack of billets. Once they're done, you tell them to set it face down on the stack, and all you need to do is shuffle this to the bottom of the deck. Now, it's very simple. With your thumb, you're gonna pull on your thumb, moving it to the bottom of the deck, and then just shuffle the rest of the cards on top. I've taught a more in-depth tutorial on this move right up here if you wanna learn it, but what that's gonna do is move their billet to the bottom of the pack. It's the only little move that you kinda need to do here. So at speed, that looks really deceptive. It just looks like you're shuffling the cards, but really you've controlled it to the bottom. So that's all you do, and you do this under the guise of just telling them you're gonna mix their card into the middle of the pack. Right? So once they set it down, you just say, okay, we're gonna lose that card into the middle somewhere so no one knows where it is. But really, you know it's on the bottom. Now you're gonna transfer your grip to your right hand, and you're gonna hold it at the fingertips like this, 2 fingers on the back, thumb on the front, and you're gonna turn it towards you. Well, you tell them, okay, I want you to think of your word, and you're gonna gesture and point to this. So it's here, and you say, I want you to think of your word, okay? Really focus and visualize on that word. As you do that, you are now getting a peek of the word they're thinking of. You're looking right at that word. Now, you might think that your spectators are gonna be seeing through this and figure that out. Trust me, they will not. If you do this properly, think about how it looks. They take it, they set it down, you say, okay, we'll lose it into the middle of the deck. Now, I just want you to focus on your card for me. Really think about it and visualize it. And now you set that down and you immediately know the word they're thinking of. All you need to do is remember that word. Quick pause in your regularly scheduled program. I just wanna let you guys know about my Mentalism membership. For the price of like a coffee or two every month, you get access to dozens and dozens of mentalism tutorials, 2 new tutorials being added every single month. This is an amazing place for you to start your journey as a mentalist and learn all the fundamentals. It's also an incredible place if you're more experienced to learn incredible effects, brand new ideas, new methods that you may have never seen before. People have been loving the membership. I've gotten great feedback. Currently, I'm breaking down the godfather of mentalism books, Practical Mental Magic. I'm breaking down every single effect, every move, every detail, every plot. I am not just teaching the tricks as they are. I revolutionize and update every single one of these effects. I will also be adding custom master classes. You will get some of my best unpublished material. And the best part is it's all right here on YouTube. No Patreon, no external services. All the videos are right here on the channel. All you have to do is head over to the link in the description and sign up for the mentalist tier of my membership. I hope to see some of you over there on the membership. Now back to the video. Now you're gonna take the deck of cards and you're gonna bring attention back to your prediction. You're gonna say, I'm gonna mix this prediction somewhere into the deck of cards. So you're gonna place it on the bottom, and then you're gonna shuffle from top to bottom the number of letters that's in their word. So crayon has 6 letters, so I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I count that number of cards into my hand, but I make it look like I'm shuffling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I have 6 cards here. Once I get to their number, I'm gonna just throw everything on top, and that's gonna move that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards to the bottom of the deck, right above our prediction. So at speed, it just looks like this. You're gonna have the billet, you're gonna say, okay, we're gonna mix my prediction into the middle of the deck. Like that. Once you've done that, you can continue to just casually shuffle off cards, but instead of putting them on the bottom, just move them back to the top. So shuffle, 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 back on top, shuffle, shuffle, and that's gonna make sure that you still don't disturb the bottom of the deck and you only keep those 6 cards above. So the bottom line is you need those 6 cards above the billet to remain on the bottom of the deck. Now you can set the pack down and invite them to cut off about half the cards and shuffle as much as they want. This can be a genuine shuffle, and you tell them whenever they're happy, I just want you to take a look at that top card and set it back on top. So they'll take a peek at it. In this case, it's the 9 of hearts, and they'll set it on top. Once they're done that, you can tell them to pick up the cards on the table and throw it on top of their deck. Now they're gonna just cut the cards, and they can continue to cut as much as they want, further losing their card. What's happening here is that billet is actually serving as a key card, right? So it knows the location of their card, and so it will always keep track of where their card is throughout these cuts. So whenever they're done cutting, you're gonna say, remember that prediction we left in the deck? And you're gonna cut to the prediction. You can see the natural break where that billet is. You can see it. You're just gonna lift up right where that billet is, leaving it on top of the deck and making a cut at that point. Now you tell them, remember I had this prediction from the very start. I want you to take a look at what it says. They'll flip it over and it says, think of your word. And now you'll explain to them, for each card you deal down, you want them to spell a letter of the word they're thinking of, okay? And once they get to the last letter of their word, you want them to think stop. So again, they'll do this in their head. And the effect here is you are gonna make it seem like you read their mind when they called stop. But all you do is you just spell the word in your head as well. So in my head, I'm gonna say C-R-A-Y-O-N. And then I'm gonna pretend to put one more down, and I'm gonna kind of fake it. I'm gonna say, wait, no. You stopped right here. I felt it. You called stop right here, didn't you? Really play up this moment. Yeah, you definitely felt stop right here, right? And they'll confirm. They'll say, yes, I did just think stop, right? They never said it out loud. They just think stop. And you say, okay, and you could have said stop anywhere, but you said stop on one card for the first time. What's the card you're thinking of? They'll say the 9 of hearts, and you can turn over and reveal the 9 of hearts. Now that's pretty incredible. And because of our key card, that will work every single time. Then you say, now this wouldn't be a true piece of mind reading if I couldn't guess the word you were thinking of. So focus on that word for me. Think of the first letter. And then you can have them go through the alphabet. You can have them say, tell them to keep a poker face, but just say all the letters in the alphabet. So they'll go through A, B, C, D, E, F. And we know it's a C, right? So we'll just stop them. Once they get past C, you say, hold on. Right around there, I felt something. It's a C, isn't it? You could have thought of literally any word, but you went for crayon, and you hit them with that reveal. So you're really gonna play up this moment, draw it out, and really reveal that word in a really incredible way. Now, if you want to find their card in the middle of the deck, pick up the deck and casually cut it before turning over and spreading through them to look for their word and give them their word as a souvenir or whatever you want to do. This is a great way to clean up this routine so that there's nothing to worry about with that billet being on the bottom with their word written on it. I really like this routine as it is, but I want to give you a few other ideas. This wouldn't be one of my videos without adding some extra ideas and of course introducing some sleights to take this up to the next level. And I think the main thing you can improve here would be the peak. I wanted to keep that first version very simple, very basic, essentially self-working, but if you wanted to add something to it, I would add a double lift switch. So when you do that, you turn over 2 billets and you hold a break underneath 2 billets. I've talked about the double lift switch here in my switches video. Then you're gonna kind of hold the deck like this and turn your head away and have them write the word. Then you're gonna turn it over and you can push off the top card, which has now been switched because of the double. So now they could keep this billet under their hand, for example, and now you have all the excuse in the world. You could just look through the cards like this for your peek. It doesn't really have to be covert, right? You could say, okay, you're thinking of that word, keep that under your hand, and you can just kind of spread through and say, you could have been literally thinking of any word, and then I just peek what they're thinking of, and I cut it into the middle and leave it down there. Then at the end of the routine, once I've went through to clean this up, you can just do the same thing. So you're secretly gonna turn this billet face up so it's on top of the deck and you're gonna get a break under it. Now you're gonna pick this up and you're gonna miscall it. You're gonna say, yeah, you did write crayon. Obviously it's blank. You pick it up and you say, yeah, you did write crayon. And you're gonna set it on top of this billet, turn over the 2 cards as a double, and then push this one off and set it back down, and now you've switched it back in for the crayon billet. So at speed, you're in the off moment, you'll get set up and turn this billet over. And you're gonna take this back and say, it does say crayon here, look. And you can set it down like that. So you can switch it back and you're cleaned up and good to go. So that is the one thing that I would really tweak. In terms of the original routine, I thought it would be really neat if you could actually do mind reading and guess the word they're thinking of. So I added the stack ability to try to keep this self-working, but still allow you to get that extra hit. And then I changed up what's written on the billet and how it works, and then the think of your word and think stop, because I think it's really powerful when you're dealing through the deck. And think about it, they'll just think stop at some moment, and you stop right at that moment. You say, yeah, I think you thought stop right here. It's very powerful. And then you have the card reveal, but then you also get the kicker of revealing the actual word they're thinking of. So I think this is super strong as it is. And I hope you guys enjoy my touches on Spello. Now, if you would like to learn another incredible self-working card trick that you can use as an opener or a closer with this routine, you're gonna absolutely love this video up here. Make sure you go check it out. All right, guys, that is it for me on this video. I hope you liked my rendition on Spello. I think this is a really nice little routine. It's got a mentalism card magic twist, and there isn't a lot of sort of pure mentalism self-working type routines, but I think this has a little aspect of each card magic mentalism, kind of marries them together nicely. So with all that said, guys, if you would like to check out a private lesson, links are in the description, or if you'd like to join my mentalism membership, it is also down there as well. So with all that said, guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.